Good morning, I'm Chris Fox. Welcome to the first Write to Market video. So for those that are unaware, I have written a book called Write to Market, which is one of my most popular. And it explains how you can tailor your book to hit the right market so that you're kind of guaranteed to have a built-in audience. But there are a number of parts of this process that are a bit murky that people read in the book and aren't really clear on exactly how they work and would like a visual cue. So what I'm going to do here is present several videos that illustrate different parts of that. And today's video is going to be on categories and keywords. So that was the number one set of questions that I received about Write to Market. How does one pick categories and keywords? So today we're going to do both of those. Next week, we'll cover a bit more of how to find a hungry genre, so to look at categories and understand which one you want to pick. This week is more about the nuts and bolts of this is how you set your categories, this is what you can use keywords for and why they're powerful. Because there are two different ways you use keywords. You can either use them to select a subcategory. So once you've selected a category, you pick a subcategory, and we'll show you how that works. Or you can have a search term, something that somebody is likely to type into the search bar on Amazon that's going to index you so that you're going to come up on that list. So we'll look at both of those and how they can be used. They're both quite powerful. And hopefully by the end of this video, you'll have a better understanding of how categories and keywords work. Okay, so as you can see, we are looking at the KDP dashboard for my very first novel, No Such Thing as Werewolves. And you can see that I have 7 keywords, and I'm going to read them real quick. Dark fantasy, psychics and telepaths, werewolf horror Kindle books, werewolves and vampires, genes, werewolf horror novels, and werewolf horror. Keywords like genes and psychics and telepaths are there so that I can add subcategories. So up here you'll look and you'll see that I have 2 categories, fiction/horror and then fiction/thriller/suspense. The keywords I'm using down here add me to subcategories of suspense. So suspense has vampires, werewolves, and psychics as fairly uncompetitive categories compared to something like, say, science fiction. And I use those to get visibility on the book early on, and these keywords are what ensured that I was listed in those subcategories. So what you want to do is pick the 2 most reasonable categories that describe your book, and then go ahead and pick keywords that are going to support that are going to get you into the right subcategories. That's the first use for keywords. The second use for keywords, you're going to notice that I have things like werewolf horror Kindle books. I have that because if you go to Amazon directly, so let's open up another window for Amazon. Many people show up and they just type something in, and Amazon will do an autocomplete. So let's just say we wanted to look for a book that's going to teach us to write faster. I might type in write space faster. And you'll notice that it's supplying me with a series of terms that it thinks I might want, autocomplete options. So I choose the top one, write faster, and bam, here's a list of books that match that criteria. And notice that 5,000 words per hour, my book, is the top book in that list. It shows up first. It's the first thing that people are going to see. And it's there because I chose that keyword. Now, keywords can be used in more than one location. So let's drill down to 5,000 words per hour. You'll notice that write faster is in the subtitle for the book. That gives it some weight. It's described in the description, which gives it a little bit more weight. And then it's also in the series title. And finally, it's listed as the keyword that I use. So putting it in all those locations is why the book shows up as high in that search term as it does. And you want to try and duplicate that as best you can. So going back to No Such Thing as Werewolves, you want to have a few search terms, like werewolf or Kindle ebooks, and they're going to be different depending on what your book is. So if you want to experiment to find those, the best way is just to come to this prompt under books or Kindle books, and then to start typing things in that might describe your book. You know, if you're writing about how to play baseball, then you want to look to see which search terms are here. So if you're writing how to play baseball and yours is aimed at little leaguers maybe, then you put how to play baseball books for kids, because a lot of people search for this, and everyone who types in how to play baseball is going to see the same thing. So when you realize that, all you have to do is sort of anticipate what search terms people are going to use for your books, and then to use those terms. So again, just a breakdown of subcategories, and search terms, and you've kind of got this thing beat. And you can experiment. If you try a bunch of keywords and your books aren't selling, at any point you can try new categories, you can try new keywords, and sort of play with it to see what has an impact. So I would encourage you to use these liberally. If you're not utilizing them, it is a tremendous missed opportunity. And it is kind of the core underlying right to market. So if you want to write your book to market, you need to understand really intricately how keywords and categories work. And then the next video, when I show you how to find a hungry genre, what we're doing is sort of tracing these trees that readers go down to find the subcategories where we think we could write books that will sell. So hopefully this is helpful. There are going to be several right to market videos tackling different parts of the things that were explained in the book. If you have questions, please add them to the comments or shoot me an email. I will definitely be doing a QA section at the end of this because there are so many questions about writing to market. So let me know if this was helpful. I really appreciate your time and you being a subscriber to the channel.